Welcome to another edition of the Sticks-n-Stonez Show. I am your host, Brent Elrod, coming to you from the cozy confines here on the patio at the No Shoes Bar and Grill, deep in the heart of the Republic of Texas. I am extremely excited today. This is going to be the first episode that I am doing live streaming through Restream, which is being carried on the Sticks-n-Stonez page at Twitter and also on the Brent Elrod page on Facebook, the one with me in the cowboy hat. That I'm still working, trying to get the Sticks-n-Stonez Facebook page married up with it. It keeps defaulting to my personal page for Sticks-n-Stonez, but anyway, we're going to get there. But I have a great show lined up for you today. I am pairing a couple of items that I am very excited about. The stick is a Perdomo double-aged vintage sun-grown, aged 12 years, and Texas, or should I say TX, blended whiskey. I think it is going to be a great matchup, so right after this we are going to pop the cork, cut the stick, and get to toasting. Now, the Perdomo double-aged 12-year vintage sun-grown gets its very long name because it is bundle-aged for 10 years before then being packed into charred white oak bourbon barrels and aged an additional 2 years. Now, this particular Vitola is their Robusto, which is a 5 by 56 on the ring gauge. Little fatter than most Robustos, but hey, we're gonna go with it. I like them. So this is it's a very well made stick. It's got great construction. It's got moderate veining to it, and the veins are fairly visible, but I don't see any real imperfections. I do see, and they're kind of hard to see, I do see a little bit of seam, but not a lot, and it's extremely tight. It has a very large triple cap. Now, this stick is got a binder and filler that are both Cuban seed Nicaraguan, and they're a blend of Condega, Esteli, and Jalapa tobaccos. The wrapper is a beautiful Nicaraguan sun-grown, and it's along the lines of a medium strength. Now on the nose, it's kind of giving me the aromas of like molasses, maybe some baking spices. It's got a little earth to it, and also some almonds. And this is it's a subtly aromatic stick. None of the aromas really like hit you hard. They're just all there, kind of very subtle, and blend together very well. Sorry, I'm not being professional today. I still had the lighter and my cutter in my pocket. Now, let's test out the cold draw. I'm using my C-Car V-Cutter. Now, it's a pretty easy draw, not like overly easy, but nice and gentle. I'm getting more almonds kind of off the nose, but with a faint note of spice kind of following up behind it. I think it's going to be a really good stick. Now, TX blended whiskey. The Firestone and Robertson Distillery was established back in 2010 and began bottling in 2012. It's located in a pre-Prohibition era warehouse over in Fort Worth, about 40 miles from here. And in 2013, TX Blended won a double gold in the Best American Craft Whiskey category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Now, I did some kind of reading up on it because I've seen TX a lot as far as seeing the bottles at your favorite Total Wine, but I haven't really tried it or heard a lot about it until I decided to order it to test out on this episode. And I've seen people that they either love it or they hate it. And I think the haters are a lot of the bourbon and whiskey purists. They can be a little highbrow every now and again, you know. But and they have a right to be. Hey, there's nothing wrong with a good old-fashioned whiskey. Not an old-fashioned, but old-fashioned whiskey. I like old fashions too, so you know we want to be inclusive. But you don't win double gold at the San Francisco Spirits Competition if you're terrible. You just don't. So I kind of take those haters, those naysayers, with a large grain of salt. To me, if you've won that kind of award, you have deserved to be there. And I also think that there's a lot of the backstory of specifically TX Blended, because they actually make several other whiskeys as well. And in going and looking through their webpage, this is the only one that they tell you nothing about where the mash bill comes from, what it is, nothing. So it does leave a lot in secrecy, and I think there are people that they don't like that. But it adds a little, you know, hint of, oh no, spy stuff, you know. Sounds really, they just won't tell you. Now, again, the mash bill is undisclosed. There is no age statement. It is 41% alcohol by volume, which makes it 82 proof. So it is kind of on the lower end. You know, whiskeys generally kind of start at 80 and go up. But it's a very good looking spirit, and there's a lot of Texas with this spirit. The cork is wooden, but it's got an inset of leather in the top of it, and the leather comes from people donating old cowboy boots to them, and they include that in the leather because of the cowboy era. They also have this cloth band around the neck of the bottle, and that is kind of a throwback to the chuck wagons, the covered wagon with a canvas top. And then they have this very distinctive design at the bottom of the bottle that is on a silver band, and the design is kind of reminiscent of the stitching on cowboy boots, and the silver comes from silver spurs. So all tied into Texas. But let's go ahead and take a look at it. Oh, hey, they made points with me when they put a cork in it and not a screw top. Now, those of you watching on the live stream, you can really tell that is just a beautiful, beautiful auburn color. And I'm not sure if the camera can pick it up, but it's got a really good, got really good legs on it. On the nose, I get vanilla and lots of it. I also pick up some honey, kind of a honey sweetness. Some pecans, and some very nice notes of orange or citrus. On the palate. Been kind of excited about this. I want to give this a try. All right. The first word that comes to my mind after I take this sip is smooth. It is exceptionally smooth. And it's smooth and it's subtle, and there are some really nice notes of butterscotch and cinnamon. I pick up some like creamed honey. And some faint pear notes. And that's really good. That's really good. The finish, it's kind of a medium finish. There aren't any new ingredients that are introduced in the finish, but you get the nice lingering notes that were on the palate, and they just kind of fade away. There is a little bit of spice, a little bit of little bit of alcohol burn on the back of your tongue, but not a lot, just enough to let you know this is alcohol that you're drinking. Yeah, it's really good. That's a very good spirit in my opinion. Let's go ahead and fire this stick up. See how these go together. I am using, as always, the Rocky Patel Envoy 5 torch. Man, the first puff you take off of the stick, there is a real nice blast of initial spice, but it's not overpowering. And then that's kind of followed along with oak and almonds and kind of a rich, smooth quality of like a fine cognac, and some really great smoke production. It's got a really nice burn line. All right, let's try these together. Sorry, those of you on the audio, that was probably a really long silence. Yeah, those are going really well together. The Perdomo is elegant enough, I guess you'd say, to not overpower a spirit that's really subtle and smooth, and there's just the right kind of notes on the palate to blend with the cigar. The butterscotch, the cinnamon, the creamed honey, that's all kind of melding really well with the almonds and the kind of rich cognac quality that the stick has, as they're really going together well. Man, those are really good. All right, I'm going to burn this down to the halfway mark, and then I will come back and give you an update on the audio podcast. Hey, Stoners, I am back. This is really coming together to be a really great pairing. If you're not watching us live on Twitter or Facebook, yeah, you're missing out. We're having loads of fun. The stick, the almonds in the stick have expanded some, but there's also been kind of an upwelling of kind of oaky flavors, while the cognac hasn't faded away, but it has kind of pulled back a bit. So we're getting a lot of almonds and a lot of oak. I got a little spice on the retro inhale, but it was a very mild. It wasn't strong at all. It didn't like blow you away and be like, oh, I don't want to do that again. And the TX is remaining just silky smooth, blending well with the Sticks palette. This is a really, like, I guess you could call it a delicate pairing. And that's not meant in a bad way, quite to the contrary. This is a very enjoyable pairing, and it is very relaxing. I'm really, kind of surprised that they're doing this well. So I'm going to go ahead and burn this down to the band, and then I will come back and give you my final thoughts. Hey, Stoners, I am back. This stick and spirit went together extremely well. In the last half, the Perdomo 12 year, the oak really kind of took the lead. A little bit of cinnamon may have joined the party. And the almonds, they kind of moved into the background and stayed there, but with kind of a subtle sweetness. Maybe, maybe not as much as a honey roasted almond, but you kind of get the meaning. Just a little bit of sweet on it. And it was kind of a subtle sweetness. It paired very well with the TX blended whiskey. The TX has some great palate notes. The butterscotch, cinnamon, honey, and it's extremely smooth. It's just a really, really mellow pour. Gotta have another drink. That's very good. I would give the stick an 89 matchsticks. It's a really good cigar. I definitely want to try more Perdomo because this is the only one I've ever tried. And so I think I probably have been kind of missing the boat lately on these. Hey, we all make mistakes. But that is just really, really good. I would give the TX blended whiskey, I would give it an 87 Whiskey Stones, and I would highly recommend both of these to you. The TX, I'm not even sure that it would be strong enough to work in like a mixer for cocktails. That might water it down too much. But, just drinking it neat, it was exceptionally good. And, maybe over an ice block, I don't know. It's so smooth and so subtle that I'm afraid anything more than just a couple of drops of water might water it down. But a few drops of water might actually even open it up even more. They were not overly complex, but they went very, very well together, and I was very impressed with both of them. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Let me know your thoughts. Leave me some comments below. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, share, notify, all those kinds of things so you know when new content is dropping. I'm kind of expanding out now that I'm getting my feet under me over on Twitter because I hadn't been there, and so I've only been over there for a couple of weeks. And I'm really trying to make a push on Twitter because they pretty much let me do anything with my affiliate marketing. They don't really care. Where Instagram tries to keep you locked down as much as possible so that they are the only ones making money. And, hey, I'd love to be able to make a little bit of money doing this. Speaking of, be sure that you go by and see all my affiliate partners. You can go to the website, Sticks-n-Stonez, Sticksnstonez.com, and you can catch the blog. You can catch podcast episodes. I have a page for my Amazon store, the Sticks-n-Stonez Amazon store, where you can find some really cool Sticks-n-Stonez gear, some patriotic stuff, different ideas that I come up with, all kinds of things. So, for even like I have an idea list that is all of the podcasting equipment that I use. So you can see exactly what it is that I use. But there's also a page there that links to all of my affiliate partners. Pinto Ranch is my latest partner. Pinto Ranch, located here in Texas. They got locations in Dallas and in Houston. They have some great Western wear. Carhartt, Huck, the high-performance fishing apparel that you see down if you go to the Redneck Riviera. You'll see people wearing Huck, H-U-K. And do not forget to go and look at the description of this episode, because it has a link to Total Wine and to Cigars International for the Spirit and the Stick, so that you can, while you're listening, you can go to each of those websites and order that particular stick and that particular spirit and have it sent right to you. Nothing could be easier than that. So definitely go and click on those links. I am an affiliate marketer. I have an affiliate marketing agreement with all of these companies. I do receive commissions for clicks and if you make purchases. So click and make purchases. But I don't represent anybody that I do not feel confident about. So I test their stuff, I try it out, and then I support them, and like they support me. Speaking of supporting them and they support me, the affiliate partner that I'm most proud of is Caliber Coffee, CALIBER coffee.com. Link in the bio or on the affiliate page of the website. Caliber Coffee is veteran owned. They have some excellent, excellent coffee. I particularly love their 22 caliber. It's a light roast, and I'm not a heavy roast, dark roast kind of guy, and it's really good. They have K-cups, they have it whole bean, they have it ground, whatever you want. So, as far as the show, well, I'm now on Restream, and I will be restreaming my episodes via Restream to Twitter and to Facebook. So that will be happening as I'm recording the podcast. The podcast gets uploaded to Podbean and Sprecher, like speaker, but with an R after the P. And from there, it gets carried over to Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora. Sprecher is part of iHeartRadio, so it gets carried to iHeartRadio. And then they have a lot of smaller platforms that it goes to, Tumblr and SoundCloud and all those. So you can catch me anywhere. So catch me anywhere. I am very excited as we have been growing. And also Sprecher carries to YouTube. So while there's no video, you can listen to the audio on YouTube and on Amazon. If you're shopping on Amazon, you can type in Sticks-n-Stonez, STICKS-N-STONEZ, and the show is the first thing that pops up. So while you're shopping, you can go find the Sticks-n-Stone show, and then you can launch it on Apple Music or on Audible, whichever you have. So that is going to wrap it up for me today. I am glad we got to spend some time together. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know. Until we get to be together again, keep your sticks dry, your stones cold, and have a great day.